as far as which one of them is not going to be afforded their happy ever after, I'm gunning on Janine here.
I know, we've talked
because
about
Janine's going to offer
Yeah.
Janine is going to give the biggest emotional payoff.
Mhm.
Because we are emotionally invested in Janine's story. We see her more often than the others. So, I mean, and this show and this world are so good at gutting us and not letting us have nice things. So why would we have Janine be happy? Why would we be given that opportunity? We already know that she will never be happy. She's never going to have Charlotte. And her son is dead and she's not privy to that information. So one of the best graces that could happen to her is that she dies before being cursed with that information of her son having perished.
I completely agree with you that Janine is probably going to see her demise at some point. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was this season. And if that happens, what if, to ease that blow and that transition, June tells her at this point that this is her chance to go be with her son as she's dying?
Oh, that's heartbreaking, but also
that's so Janine, that silver lining of like, well, let me see the good in this in any way I can. That's what Janine would need in her moment of like death, I guess.
And it's also a bit of poetic justice because it would be an opportunity for June to give that information to Janine because she hates the notion of withholding any information from Janine. And it would also give Janine that bit of peace. Oh, I hate that, but you might be right. Damn it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. The other option.
We all agree that Janine's just never gonna get a happy ending. I think that's the one thing we've all agreed on. Is
what if they throw us a curveball though, and she does? I would. She'd be like the cat that has 15 lives.
Right?
Literally the only happy ending that, like for Janine, the only thing that could be a happy ending is if she ends up with Charlotte, though. How the fuck is that going to happen?
I don't know.
I think that I would actually very much love to see Janine get a happy ending that doesn't involve her children. Not that I don't think she deserves her children. Obviously, one of them she will never get to be reunited with. Right. And of course, I would love for her to be Charlotte's mother. But what if we get to see Janine be happy without that? Because it's not fair to say that she can't be happy because her son has died and her other child
that's a good point.
She can't be with. She still deserves happiness, and that doesn't mean her life is over. She should be able to have a life. I'd love to see that.
Of course, that'd be a wonderful twist.
Yeah, but that's what world.
It's not that we don't live in that world, but that's what we as the viewer want, and that's what we as compassionate human beings want for Janine. But that's not necessarily what Janine wants.
Yeah,
Janine has this fixation on being with Charlotte and running off with Putnam and having that nuclear family and finding her son that was ripped away from her and like being able to create a nice cozy like two kid family. And that is not a reality for her. And Janine is a very fragile individual. And anytime that her sense of reality is shattered, she shatters along with it. She's not good at rebuilding herself. So like, do we want that? Yes, it'd be wonderful to see this woman who has persevered through so much and managed to survive, be able to like then identify her own happiness without children. Because like, God, if that's not the struggle of the modern day woman who doesn't want kids, I don't know what is. Like we can be valuable and be happy without children. But I don't think that that's necessarily Janine's journey.
Yeah. Although I would say that a little bit, Janine can find a way to find happiness in any situation. So in that sense, I do think that if there's ever going to be a happiness for anyone after Gilead, it's probably Janine, because she's the only one who always finds a silver lining. I mean, she's the only one that found happiness in the colonies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
That is a good point. But I mean, Janine truly can find happiness anywhere.
Wow. Two things. I just realized I could bookend each of your opinions on the Janine subject with, yeah, you're right, but it's Janine. Like, it just works in both cases. I can absolutely argue for Marjorie being like, she fucking found happiness in the colonies. God damn it. You know what? You are actually fucking right. And how Janine? But then also with Roxy, like we know that she does have these kind of delusions of grandeur about the kind of relationship that she is possible to have with her children, and how completely outside of reality it is. Outside of Rhode Island. Outside of reality it is.
We are also out of reality here.
Yeah. We are. So I can like see it that way and end it with like, but it's Janine. And also, can I just tell you how bad Margaret Atwood fucked us in this book by having the protagonist named June and then having a character named Janine? Can we just get that out of the way right now?
Agree. To be fair, Margaret Atwood never named her protagonist June.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yep.
But I agree with you. Janoon is a problem.
Yes, very much so.
Oh, I forgot about our early days of recording, the number of times that we would say Janoon.
Oh, we still say it. Janoon is still around. One of us does it at least once a recording.
That's true. But it also makes sense. Like if there were ever like the pre-Gilead power couple is clearly June and Moira. But the Handmaid's power couple, it's June and Janine. Like these two are intrinsically ensnared in each other's lives. And there's no separating the two. June is the only reason that Janine is alive. Janine is the only reason that Charlotte is alive because of June. Like the two of them, their lives are so encapsulated with one another that like it makes sense that we would call them Janoon.